Hi there, this is Malay and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, let us continue exploring more Excel actions in Power Automate Desktop. Now this is part 5 of the Excel series. So if you have not gone through the previous 4 parts, I will leave the link in the description. You can go and watch them and then can resume from here. So let's use get selected cell range from an Excel worksheet. And we are working with this worksheet. So we have a sales team 2, which would be our active worksheet, and we will be getting the selected cell range into the different variable produced. It's going to be the first column index, first row index, last column index, and last row index. What I have done is I will be adding 5 seconds of wait in between so that I can select the cell range, and then we'll see and how the values from those cell range get into the variables. Let's add a wait action after setting the active worksheet. Wait for 5 seconds of duration. Let's come back to our Excel actions and let's hit run. Let's wait for that to launch. Okay, now it will launch the Excel and then it will set the active worksheet, and we'll wait for 5 seconds. So it has launched. Let me drag. Let me select the range. And now this is the range that I've selected. So it's going to be like 1, 3, which is this A3 till F13. So it's going to be 6, 13. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the cell range that we selected is now returned successfully into the respective variables. The next action we will take a look at is to get the table range from the Excel worksheet. Now we will of course have the sales team 2 as an active worksheet, and I have a table here that I have defined. As you can see, it's a table, and the table is named sales team 2 table. So in case if you have a multiple tables into the sheet or even different sheets, and if you would like to know the cell range of the entire table, in this case it's going to be, let's say, 1, 1 till G7 and 10. That is how it should return. So let's go ahead, click save, get table range from the Excel worksheet. In this case, we have to provide the name of the table. The name of the table was sales team 2 table. If it's a pivot table, you can go ahead and select it. If it's not the pivot table, you can keep it unselected. In this case, I don't have the pivot, so it is unselected. Click on save. Let's click run, and let's wait for the flow to execute, and we'll get the table range. We will have it in all the variables that are having number 2 as a variable name, because we already have the normal regular variables in the previous section. So you can see the first row index 2 is number 1. The first column index 2 is also number 1. And as I said, the last column index 2 is 7 and the last row index 2 is 10. So let's verify that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 10, 1 and 1. So that's the entire table cell range that we have. Now for now, let's delete these two and let's use get first free row on a column from the Excel. Now what this actually means is, let's go back to our example. Now it will look for a first free row in a given column. Now for example, if I'm interested in finding the first free row in the city, if I remove the Detroit and if I remove Tampa, what would be the first free row? Well, it will not be 7 or it will not be 9. Instead, it would be 11. Why? Because that's really a free row after which there is no value here in this sheet. That's actually finding the first free row in the column. It's not first free empty cell. So let me go ahead and save this and let's run and see what we get. So in the column D, because D is the city, so first free row on the column. Click save. We don't need to wait now, so let's disable this action. Let's hit run, and you will see the first free row is 11 despite we have 2 blank values. So do remember, the free row indicates that there is nothing after it, everything is empty. That's the one is on 11th. Now let us use get the first free column and row from an Excel, and let's understand this with of course our example. Now in this case, it will find the first blank row and column combination. What that really means is, if you, let's say, remove the Mr. here, and we of course also don't have two values here, what will this return? The combination of row and column empty value. It won't return A4, it won't return D7, no D9, neither it will return A11, nor it will return D11, nor it will return G11. So what exactly it returns? Well, it tries to find out the intersection of row and column, wherein if it's a row, then there has to be no value in any of the column, and if it's a column, there has to be no value in the row. In this case, H11 is the combination of row and column where there is no row or column value. What this means is everything here is empty and everything here is empty. It's not this because you already have a values in the same column. It is not this either because you have a values in the last row. So the combination where you don't have any values in the same column and that row would be the response. In this case, we should get H11. Okay, let's click on save, and let's click run. Let's wait for first free column, first free row, and there you can see the first free column is 8, first free row is 11. In this case, 8 is H, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11. We add some values here, and let's add some values here, some values here. So let's go ahead and save this. Let us see what do we get now. Okay, so we should get the combination of this is the K14. That's what we should get because that's the cell where we don't have any value in the column, any value in the row. Okay, so let's go close this. Let's rerun the flow. And you see the first free column is 11 and free row is 14. So you can see that's the 14 and K is 11. So that is how you can get the combination of row and column to find the empty cell where you don't have any row values, where you don't have any column values.